Hello, my dear friends. I hope that you're doing well. I'm so excited to be here today and also be able to share with you another amazing lesson that I have learned through my life experience. Are you guys ready? If this is your first time, let me tell you. I was a street child for 5 years where I had to live on the food scraps from the garbage of people around in my community. I was spending some time in jail because I was living on the street. I remember spending so many days being chased by the police or the security because I was doing all illegal things out there. I was sleeping in a bush behind the market where it was like a time that animals like wild dogs were so close to me than human people, like than human beings. You can imagine how terrible this was. And also, guys, if you don't know, I was a drug addict. I was using marijuana as the best advice for me in order to forget my problems and also be able to fit in the crew or the gang that I was part of when I was on the street. But you know what happened? Let alone I was able to leave the street and be sent in a street children's center where I had to be in a position to transform my life. But you know what I did? I was able to let alone change the narrative where I had to use my hard-working spirit and make that a gift to me and make that a talent to me. So then I was able to change the perspective of what it was called to be a street child and then to be a student. Not just a student, but a successful student. In this video, I'm going to share with you the blueprint of what you can use in order to change your life, to change your style and make sure you are always in a position to win and succeed in whatever you are going to do. If this is your first time, please consider hitting the subscribe button so that you don't miss any of our lessons so that you can keep transforming your life. And let me tell you something. If you are just watching this video, you are just among 1% of people who are always ready to learn so that they can transform their lives. Some of the people are even afraid of hitting play for this video because they know I'm going to really bring what is going to shock them. I share my experience. I'm not talking directly to any person. If you have been my friend over the course of my life, maybe in my high school or in the street children's center, you might be like connecting the dots of what I'm talking about and my experience. But you know what happened? It's all about changing lives. And that's why you're also part of whatever is happening if you are part of my story. If you guys, you might know or you might be aware, when I was on the street, when I was like in the street children's center, I was just there as any other child. I remember we were about 150. We were sent in a street children's center. We were all given opportunity to go to school. But you know what happened? Even in the first month where we were sent in the center, we were given a lot of food, a lot of good things, gifts, clothes, and like everything. But more than half had already left and went back to the street. But thank God to me that I was able to stay. And here's what I did. I was like, hey, this is my chance. And then if I'm going to school, I'm going to do it. And I just had like that vision that I was going to be the first graduate in my family, the first person to finish high school, the first person to go to university in my family. And that was the spirit that kept me going forward. I was not good in school. I was not good in my class. I was not doing well. I had a poor background compared to any child in my class. But that did not stop me from achieving the best results. I remember in the first year, in the third year of my high school, I was the first in the whole school. And I was like, I did not use any magic. Here's what I did. When I just determined that I was going to be a good student, I applied one thing: hard work. I remember I was not good in English when I started my high school. Sometimes I would not even really get the instructions of what the teacher is talking about. But I just started to read every book that I see around. I remember I volunteered in a library because I wanted like to access all the books, as many as possible, so that I would explore beyond the class limit. I was not just reading, I was reading. I was working extra time to make sure I can have the result like everyone has. But you know what happened? That compounding working hard, that compounding hours, extra hours that I was adding in my high school, that I was adding in reading. If someone is targeting one book, I was targeting 2 or 3 books. If someone was targeting to have like 2 hours reading biology or chemistry or physics, I was adding more like 4 or 5 hours so that I get everything everyone knows, and of course be able to add more things, because I was like, I'm far behind. I just need to work so hard to meet expectations of everybody, but also work extra so that I am not just studying, but I'm like succeeding in school. Over the course of time, I was able to change that compounding addition time, additional energy that I was putting in, to change that into a talent. I remember studying my A level, like that's advanced level in our high school, in the school system that we use. That's like the last 2 years, the last 3 years of my high school. During that time, everyone was like, hey, a man is talented, is super talented in reading. He can read every book. I remember everyone was like, hey, a man is good in debating. He can debate in every topic. But let me tell you something. No. I was not good in those things before I started working hard. I remember they would be like, hey, a man would bring more points in the debate. No, that was not true. I would have read and understood and made a research like no one has ever done. And in that way, that put me in a position to let like everybody think it is the talent that I'm using. It is the same in life. You guys, you can also do it. If you are super excited about something that you want to achieve in life, go in there, do it and do it and do it. Do it so that you are like out competing everybody in the course of doing that. Don't just go there and do like whatever, whoever else, like however everyone else is doing. That's not doing something you like. That's not. If I'm doing something I like, I'm super doing it. I'm doing it so that everyone who is doing it feels like no one is doing it. And you know what happened, you guys, in life? I have continued to just apply these lessons. It is just one thing: hard work. I remember I started playing basketball when I was in like 4th year in my high school. But you know what happened? I was just adding more work. I was like, I'm going to be part of the team. I'm going to be part of everyone who thinks like, hey, I should have a man in my team. I was not good in dribbling. That was not my thing. But you know what I was doing? I was adding more effort. I was training so hard that everybody thought like, hey, if we want someone to defend our team, a man is over there. And you know what happened? Even recently, I have started like, I'm a father, so I still do sports. I still like, I'm a fan of physical fitness. But you know, I still go back and play basketball. But I realized like the more time I just put in, everyone started noticing that, oh, if there are like 10 people who are looking for just 2 teams of 3-3, because we almost like we every day play the half playground, because we want like so many people to play. But you know what happens? I have just noticed like everybody is still now looking, oh, there's the other man who like very strong, who was like very courageous when the game starts. And I'm like, wow, that's not just I'm talented in playing all those things. But you know what I'm just adding is like I'm adding more effort. When I'm in fully. And that's the thing that is keeping me like alive, even in the other part of my life. Because I believe like the hard work that you put in something that you enjoy doing, you will never fail to learn how to do it better. You will give like whatever amount of time that it requires for you to master that. And that's something I have been able to witness when I was a high school student, when I was in college. I remember, guys, one time in college, my friends, like we were two guys. I don't want to mention their names, but we were three, like me and the other two guys. We spent the whole night in the university library working on our projects because we were like, we didn't want to beat everybody in the course of whatever they were doing. I just remember I was able to finish like the college before 4 months, and I was enjoying money. I was working and like having all the sort of benefits that this university was providing, and yet I had finished like that. I was just applying, like hard working. I was not like talented in whatever was taking place. I was just adding hard work. Then I would get everything right in the right time, even when like nobody expected me to do that. So guys, let me just stop from here, but I believe that you have got this. Hard work can even beat some people who are talented, because I have even failed to really understand, is it the hard work or is the talent? Because everybody who is talented does not get it. They have talent, but the talent can don't benefit them, because those guys who are talented and hardworking, they are way better. And these guys who are just talented and leave it there, they can't earn anything from their talents. They cannot earn respect because they are talented, but you can earn respect because you are a hard-working guy. Thank you so much, guys, and let me see you next time. Tell me what you liked in this video, and also let me know if there is any other video that you think I can talk about in my next upload. Thank you so much and keep having fun. Bye. Amani. Yeah.